Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, let's see a quick introduction about pandas profiling. Okay, so pandas profiling is nothing but it's a Python package which is used for data profiling. Okay, before looking into detail about what pandas profiling is, let's understand what is profiling all about. Basically, what is data profiling and why do we need data profiling? Okay, data profiling is nothing but it's a way of understanding the key insights of data. Okay, so you have a set of data, you have to understand the key insights and the correlations between the data. That's when data profiling is actually used. Okay, and why do we need data profiling? Is because you know by by using by performing data profiling, you can, as I said earlier, we can understand the key insights of the data, and we can also understand the quality of the data. Okay, so I worked in a data migration project where the data migration didn't go well because the quality of the data was quite poor. Okay, so that's why data profiling is really important. With the help of data profiling, you can easily understand the insights of the data. For example, like how many null values are there, how many empty or missing values are there in the data, and what are the correlations between two different columns or two different values, and so on. So basically, as I said, it's a pattern of understanding data. Okay, so to perform data profiling, Python has a beautiful package called pandas profiling, which easily profiles the data and gives you the output in a form of HTML or a web page. Okay, so now let's jump on to the practical session. It's quite simple. Okay, you can achieve it with a simple with a simple piece of code. Okay, before jumping onto the code, let me show you a set of data which I want to profile. Okay, I have a CSV file which has quite a few insurance related data like policy, state, county, and few other details which is related to insurance. Like I have close to 300 hard records in my CSV file. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to profile this CSV file and show me the profiling data. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do here. So first step is like, yeah, I'm importing it into pandas, so I'm using the pandas package, and the key package is pandas profiling. So in order to make sure if your pandas profiling is installed or not, what you need to do is you can go to your command prompt and try to yeah, I am using everything on my Anaconda Jupyter notebook, right? So I'm going to the path and using the pip install pandas hyphen profiling. I can simply install, but I think I have already installed this package, so it will show me requirement already satisfied. In case if you haven't installed it, you can just use the pip install pandas-profiling command and install the pandas profiling package. Okay, so that's the first step. And then okay, so here I'm reading the CSV file which I showed you, the insurance detail CSV file, right? So I'm importing that. I'm reading that using the pandas read CSV method, and in so for pandas profiling, these two lines of code is more than enough for you to profile the entire data. But there are advanced profiling, like where you can if you do not want correlations, then you can set correlations to false, and you can use advanced parameters in profiling too. But I'm not going to cover so much of that information in this video, but let's focus on basic of how pandas profiling works. Okay, what I'm doing is using the pandas profiling, I'm just using the profiler report. I'm just importing my data frame, which is nothing but the CSV file which I showed you earlier. And then I'm trying to yeah, I'm running this because it will take quite a while to generate a report. Meanwhile it runs, I'll explain the last line. The last line is nothing but basically I am generating the profiler report, and I'm just I'm just exporting it to a file in a form of .html. So I'm expecting output.html file um, to show me the profiler report of the CSV file. Okay, so basically, meanwhile, my profiling runs. It's because it has quite a few data, right? So it might take some time. So meanwhile it runs, I will just explain you this again. What I'm trying to do is I'm just I've just read the CSV file which has a detail about insurance detail about few customers, and then I'm importing it in a form of data frame, and then I'm just generating a profiler report. Yeah, now my profiling report is done. Now I want to see the output of the profiler. Okay, so I've exported it to the file name called output.html. So here, yeah, I will go to my, yeah, C2244. This is the latest output file which I've generated. Let me open it. Yeah, so this is the profiler report summary. Okay, so it's very informative, and you can easily get the profiler report in a form of a HTML or web page where you can easily view your profiling report. So the first section is overview. Basically, it will tell you like how many variables, how many columns, and what are the how many observations it has found, how many missing cells. So basically, it's a summary of all the profiling report. Okay, so in the overview section, I have I have the details at a variable level. When I say variable level, it's nothing but at, at a column level. So first ID is policy ID, and it gives you the information like how the distinct values in the policy ID column, and unique percentage, missing values, and so on. Like all the numerical or mathematical related calculations will be displayed here in the for a simple column called for a sample column called policy ID. Similarly, I have all the details displayed for other columns too. Okay, and one key thing to notice, whenever there's a constant value, there profiling will not happen. It will be rejected. For example, if you see the state code value remains constant throughout the file. So if you see the state code is FL. So basically, it's constant throughout the file. So there is no use in doing profiling. So in this situation, whenever there's a constant value found, the profiling would be rejected. Okay, so that's fun. And another beauty of this profiling is, if I click on this toggle details, it has few more information too. Like it has detailed statistics of these detailed statistics like minimum value, maximum value, median. So these kind of statistics, numerical or mathematical statistics, will be derived will can be seen under the statistics section. Similarly, histograms are generated of the data, and what are the common values found in the CSV file, and extreme values like what's the minimum value, what's the maximum values. So these kind of data will also be displayed in the profiling report. These are additional information which is required during profiling. Okay, similarly, for all other values, it has generated me the profiler report, and it is displayed here in the form of variables. Okay, so and at last we have like correlation, interactions and correlations. So basically it shows me how each columns are how each columns are interactive, and how each columns are correlated. So this kind of additional information are also present in the profiler report. Okay, so this is all about profiling. And yeah, I've shown you I've explained you about correlations earlier, right? So here we have Pearson, Spearman, Kendall's correlation. So there are quite a lot of correlations between the data. So these kind of data, even if, in case if you feel that you do not need these correlations, you can easily disable or set these correlations equal to false in the profiler report, so that it will not take much time in generating these correlations, and your pandas profiling performance will relatively improve. Okay, so this is all about the profile overview tab. And next is reproduction tab. Reproduction tab is nothing but it's a simple tab which shows you like when did the profiling analysis start, when did it end. Basically it's just a um, quick just a introduction about so when did pandas profiling start, when did pandas profiling, and so on. So and key thing is, and the final thing is warning. Okay, so as a developer or as a tester or as a data analyst, I will be much more interested in this particular session. Okay, so the whole reason of doing pandas profiling is to find the issues with the data. Basically I need to test the quality of the data, right? So this warning session section will be very much is a very much interest for a data analyst or a data scientist or a tester or a developer. Okay, so taking a sample example, like we saw a state code as a constant value called fl, so it is ignored. So basically these two columns like state code and fr site detectable have constant values. And it also shows me like high correlations, like what two fields are highly correlated. For example, TIV2011 is highly correlated with HU site limit. Let's jump to that Excel file. So basically tell me TIV2011, which is nothing but this column. This column is highly correlated with HU site limit. Okay, and HU site limit. Yeah, so if you see these two columns, the E and the H columns are highly correlated. Basically both the information in these two columns are quite similar, so it shows you the correlation. For a smaller file you can easily view these two columns and identify. Whenever your file size is huge, right, the understanding the correlations between the data is quite complex. That's why pandas profiling is very very powerful. Okay, similarly we have other high correlation details too, and how unique values, policy ideas, unique values, and what columns has zero. So like EQ site limit, FL site limit. So these have like 83.1 percentage of zeros. So yeah, so these values, these columns has quite a number of zeros, right? So these kind of warnings will be displayed here. Yes, as for detailed profiling, our when at a column level, if we go to overview and view details at a column level, it will be very very powerful and very useful. But now when you want to know the inside of the data at a higher level, if you see the warnings, it would be more than enough for a data analyst or developer or a tester to understand or test the quality of the data. Okay, so this is the greatest beauty of data profiling with use of pandas profiling python package. Okay, so um, this is all about pandas profiling. And in case if you have any queries, please post it in the comment section. I will try to answer it as soon as possible. Signing off from you, your friend Tiago. Bye bye.